Welcome everybody. All I don't know how many people in here, but
Yeah.
appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. Um, welcome into another episode of Smitty Snippets. I am joined by my lovely sister Christina.
I'm
Christina, say hi
back,
to the lovely
baby.
people. Okay. Um, tonight we got a pretty good show. We're gonna talk about some of the stuff that came out this week
Mhm.
and some of these shows that may or may not be good. One of these shows is starting to change my mind. I ain't gonna lie to you, but we'll
Uh-oh.
get to that. We'll get to that. We will get to that.
All right.
All right, what we got first?
First in entertainment news, just to go over very quickly, Captain America Brave New World weekend box office pulled in 100 million domestic dollars over a 3-day weekend as per the reports. Worldwide, the film made a total of 198 million. Now, I know you watched it. And before I move on with the entertainment news, did you want to give a brief recap of your thoughts? I watched it
Uh,
too. So,
you go first. You tell me what you thought of it.
um, I was a little disappointed. I was very slightly disappointed
Why were
in
you
the.
disappointed?
Now, don't get me wrong. When we got our cameo, right towards the end, like the last 45 minutes to an hour, I guess, was maybe the best part. Some of the CG when they were standing in Washington after they destroyed it and everything was a little bothersome to me. Um but I didn't understand how the villain was able to, like, when Harrison Ford was on the phone with him and he was like kind of manipulating him. Why don't he just take the daggone headset off? I mean, I gather that you're an older gentleman, maybe up in some years, but I think you know how to hang up, right? But anyway, so I was slightly disappointed. But go ahead with yours as before I move on with entertainment news.
You could clearly see that they had switched gears a few times with this story.
Hmm.
The story was dumb.
Yeah.
The story was absolutely
Hmm.
stupid. But um, I wasn't as disappointed in Anthony Mackie's performance
No, neither was I.
as uh, as Captain America. He's going to take some getting used to because when I look at him, I don't see Captain America. You know what I'm saying? I just see
Mhm.
Falcon, and
Yeah, yeah.
I guess it's going to
But
take a minute for him to grow on me. But I just don't see him as Captain America yet.
well, I guess that's why they brought in the other little boy so that he could kind of take over, so that you are no longer seeing him as Falcon.
That some and that nano shit that they do with the helmet just disappear real quick. They got to stop
Yeah.
that because that looks corny. They got to stop that for real.
Okay.
That looks
All right.
absolutely terrible. But
All right.
all right,
All right, well, we're
what
gonna
else?
move on. For those of you who are Peaky Blinders fans, as am I, creator Stephen Knight says the Peaky Blinders is not over yet. He hinted that the upcoming movie was a fitting way to end the part of the Peaky story. And when he was pressed, Knight made it clear that he has more stories to tell. I love Peaky Blinders, so I'm very excited for this movie to come out. Um, you know, I just I'm waiting with bated breath over here. Constantine, the sequel, if anyone is interested in that, Francis Lawrence says he plans to reunite with Keanu Reeves for a sequel in the 2005 superhero movie. And that is moving along. There have been plans for follow up in years, but Lawrence feels that he and his team have finally got a good handle on the story. So hopefully, if he's saying that when it comes out, it's not trash. And finally, Last of Us season 2, drum roll please, release date of April 13th. I'm so excited. So, guys, there's a lot of stuff coming up. So, that is your entertainment news for today. And did you want to do a brief shout out to your movie, The Gorge? If you want, I can give you my little synopsis on it.
Yeah, you go first, and then I'll go.
I didn't dislike it. I think it was disjointed. I think if the way I looked at it, it felt like the first half and the second half were written by two completely separate different people. I think there were a lot of uh, things that are overused in movies, like the scene where he was like going through some tragic events that he had, and he's telling her for the first time, and she's like, well, who have you told? And he's got that beat for a second, and he looks up and he's like, just you. Like, I mean, come on, like, how many times have we seen that in a movie? Also, I do have a question very quickly before you
Yep.
do yours. The moment in which he said we can't talk, and she just put up a sign and said that it's my birthday, and he just acquiesced so very quickly, I don't think maybe he was the right person to put on the American side of the gorge, but I'm
Yeah, I
just
don't know who
saying.
screened these people, but they did not pick the two right people for this
Mm-mm,
job. Like
no.
after you threw some mess into the gorge and it just started screaming at you, your first
Yeah.
instinct was to just blast music
Yep.
and just
Yep.
have
Yep.
these and just start yelling
And
at each other and
party.
stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
shush,
Yeah.
shush,
Yeah.
shush.
I
But
think there were just some missed opportunities, and it wasn't terrible, but it could have been a lot better. I just think there were a lot of missed opportunities.
I thought that they could have done a lot better
Hmm.
with the whatever was in the gorge. I thought that that was kind
Hmm.
of I thought that was kind of weak. But
Hmm.
I will tell you that a lot of people were pissed off at what
I
I had to
know.
say about the gorge, and I'm sorry. They were
Hmm.
calling me clown, and they were like, "You don't know nothing, stupid." And I was like,
Well, I mean,
I'm sorry. You have a blessed day."
everybody's got their
And
opinions,
yeah, but
and
mine should be theirs.
that individual said it was the best movie they'd seen in a decade. So I don't know what exactly they've been watching,
Yeah,
but
yeah, that dude hit me and said it was the best movie he had seen in decades. I don't know what he was watching before the gorge,
the
but
Smurfs.
that ain't it. That
I
is
don't know.
not it,
I
sir.
don't know.
That is not it. I hope he watching
Well,
right now.
no. Well, yes, I hope they're watching, but you know, I think they were just pulling your leg
Speaking
a
of,
little bit.
like, share, subscribe. If you enjoy the content, we'd appreciate it. At least leave a like. Helps us out.
Yep. Also,
All
thank
right,
you
keep
guys
going.
for joining us on a Friday. We know on a Friday evening, so we really appreciate it. But we are going to
Yeah.
move on into Severance and season 2, episode 6. And Paul, I don't know if you want to get started on that.
Um. So I'm kind of confused. I would say as to what is happening in this episode. There was a lot going on that I was just like, what? Why? So for those of you who are unfamiliar with what is happening, I can't even get it to play right now, but um so actually you start. I'm trying to bring this up and I can't get this
Um,
going.
so episode 6 of this goes
Go.
back through Mark and Helly, and Mark discusses with Helly about how he had a relationship with the Audi version of Helly, and well, I guess the Audi's proper name is Helena, and she is upset by it, which I don't blame her. I would absolutely be upset. And her thing was that was supposed to be uh her memory, the thing that she had only for herself, and she felt like Helena came in and basically stole that from her, stole that moment from her, and so I was taken back by that. I will tell you, overall, this particular episode was dark to me, and I had a very visceral reaction to a very specific part of this episode. So when we get to that, I'll try and make it as brief as possible, but I will absolutely um go over that. So, are you okay over there?
Okay, so you're introduced to Helly who's having a problem with the fact that her Audi had sex with Mark, and
Hmm.
it's messing with her a little bit, and it's messing with me a little bit. That is messing with her. I mean, I get it. You know, she doesn't know about any of that stuff, so it's kind of messed up.
Well, but
You
wait a
know,
minute. Why is it messing
I
with
guess in
you
her
that it's
eyes,
messing with her? Why is it messing with you that's
because I'm
messing with
trying to
her?
categorize it in my brain. I'm like, is it did he cheat or? I mean, he was
No,
tricked, but
but it was
when he was explaining it to her, he was like, "I thought it was somebody. I thought you was somebody." Like it sounded like a regular excuse, like somebody would use. I didn't know. I thought she was
okay.
you. You know, it just sound. It didn't sound. It
Genuine.
didn't sound believable to when he was explaining. I was like, he's not doing too good. But I, I understand where she's coming from. It's the same thing that he went through last week when he found out that she wasn't who she was supposed to be, and it kind of messed with him. So I guess I guess I understand. Hold
Well,
up,
my
it's internet. All right, we good. I mean,
okay.
we just got to make do because
Yeah, I
can't do
don't,
nothing.
well, with the storms that we've
So then
had
you
this
got
week, the wind.
um Bert and Irving who
Bert and
are
Irving and Bert's partner, Fields. Now, did you happen to notice this? I don't know if you did. I did, but anyone who Bert kept referring to his partner by his last name as Fields. He didn't refer to his first name, Cecil. So if you notice, all of the people that are in Lumen, they refer to their first name, last initial sometimes. But everyone else that's like either not severed or what have you, they refer to them by their last name.
yeah yeah. I mean, first of all, there were three really good actors at that table.
Mhm,
And
absolutely.
do you recognize where his husband's from? What other show we really like that hit, huh? Do you
John
recognize?
Noble.
You
Where
recognize him from another show?
don't put me no, that's his name, John Noble, the actor. No, I don't know where he's
He used to be
from.
on
I
Fox.
mean,
It
I
was like
know
a
I've
scientific show. If anybody in the comment section knows the answer, go and type it into the comment section. Oh, she wrote Noble too. I guess he was on Fringe. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Lisa Wright's
Fringe,
got it right. Yay.
Oh, all right. Well,
That's
okay.
not the right button.
Wrong
There
one.
you go. So I thought it was fantastic. The scene itself, I did not understand. Okay,
Really?
I I don't know. Like he tried to explain it. He was like, "Oh well, innies deserve love too." So I thought it was okay that I invite you to dinner. What is going on? And I can't
Well,
believe he came and was just like he. I can't believe he showed up to the dinner and was just like, "Hey, what's going on? You thought you was gonna have a regular conversation? That didn't make sense
well,
to me." Oh
what he
yes,
was
I find your husband very very attractive. I hope that's okay. Can you please pass the steaks?
stupid. What he was
I
explaining
don't know. It just felt off.
was,
I
well,
sat
what
there
he
and
was,
watched it today, and I was like, "What can we possibly talk about?" Hi, yes, I think your husband is very attractive. Um, and I came to have dinner with you and your family in this lovely house. So, what are you doing here?
what he
What
was
are you
trying
doing
to
here?
explain was
I just thought
that
it was
he was a bad,
odd. Is all.
he was his out that his Audi was not the best of individuals, and that if he could potentially save his soul by being an innie, because he can't get into trouble, and then when the two of them die, they'll be in heaven together. That's how that
Yeah, I
conversation
heard him when he
started.
explained it. It sounded stupid when he explained it too. It sounded dumb when he was explaining it. It just
Okay.
it was so put it to you. Would you have gone to that? Would you have gone to that dinner?
He was
No, I ain't going to
curious.
that.
And
It's a
did you see the
setup.
way that
I ain't
Bert was
going to
looking
that.
at him now? But did you see the way Bert
He's
was
setting
looking at
me
him?
up. No, thank you. No,
You
thank you, Bert.
you
Huh?
saw it. You saw it.
Catch you on the outside.
You better stop it.
Yeah, Bert making googly eyes at him across the
He
table. You gonna do
was.
that in front of your husband? Bert, all the disrespect. Huh? You see his husband looking at him like, I dare you, player. I dare you. Look at him again. Look at him again. I swear to God.
Oh
But
boy.
yeah, that really didn't make sense to me. But I did I understand that they get to see each other, and it's good that that they get to hang out. And when he asked him if they made love at work, I was like, I am so uncomfortable right now with all of this. I don't know. I don't know what to do about, like, not because of what he said. It's just because of the room that he was in, right? It's him, his husband, and the dude he liked. They're talking about smashing at work
Well,
over
because
dinner.
the husband
It
is
just didn't
very
seem
clearly
like
saying,
it made a lot of sense.
I understand that you are a separate individual while you're inside, and that person needs some kind of love too. I don't know. He's very forgiving. I will say that. But I mean, he's trying to be open minded as possible.
Yeah, I mean, his line of questioning at dinner just kept getting worse and worse. So, did y'all have unprotected sex? Huh? Did you have fun? And you got to stop. So, I, I, um, I will say this. There was somebody noticed something earlier in the show. Well, I'll just say it was your mother. She noticed something earlier in the show that I had not noticed in the show whatsoever.
What's
There are
that?
never any other cars moving when
That's true.
when
Mark or whatever,
Mark
or
is going to work,
Miss Cobell's
when Mark
driving or
is leaving,
whatever.
when he's leaving his house.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's never any traffic. There's no one passing. Everyone in the parking lot at work is already there.
Yeah. I
It's
didn't
either
notice that
empty or
either. Yeah.
full. No one is ever
Mhm.
leaving work or coming to work when Mark is there, right? You never see a car outside, right? When he left the restaurant, he was talking to Helena,
Kelly.
right? In the
Hmm.
restaurant. And
Hmm.
she pretended like she was just meeting him for the first time, right?
Hmm.
When he
Hmm.
left, no traffic, no cars, just him. Just him. The only car out front was the Lincoln that she drives in. That's it.
Hmm.
So I'm confused. Like, I'm not certain. I'm not 100% certain that this entire thing is happening in his brain. It's either all happening inside, or or um the two halves of Mark are starting to blend, and
Well,
they're just showing his time is missing.
they are starting to blend, like
Okay.
now, like they're showing them now that they're blend, that his innie and his outie are starting to come together. And that was another part of this particular episode, was a procedure that was performed on him, which was a little barbaric as far as I'm concerned. But
Ugh.
what's wrong over there?
Yeah. It's you every time you talk. It's a bow, 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 and
Sorry,
you're
I
just sitting there
can't.
with your mouth open because your screen froze. But that's all. It's
Well,
fine. It's fine. We'll just have
maybe
to
that's
make do
what
because
you're.
ain't nothing I can do about it.
Maybe that's
Um,
what you're seeing over there. I don't. If guys, if it's coming across like that on the YouTube, can you please let us know? But maybe that's just what you're seeing.
is it just
Um,
me?
it might be because,
If it's just me, that's fine.
okay, well, relax and let's move along.
That's fine. It's whatever. Again, I can't do nothing about it. So,
All right.
all right. So, what else did you notice? I mean, what was after that?
After you mean around the time when Mark and Helly decided to get down in the office place? That little weirdness?
So that was. I thought they were gonna get caught by the
Mm,
little girl.
you and me both, yeah.
I thought they were gonna get caught, but it was fine. And then you had Milchek, who is, I don't know. I feel like Milchek is gonna flip and
This
help them
scene
at some
bothered
point.
me so much. I had a visceral reaction to his scenes in this episode.
We mean,
So me being in corporate America for as long as I've been in corporate America, and having had to be that person sitting in either the conference room or whatever the setting is, or afterwards, and having a comment made or what have you, and then you either going back home or later on that day in the office trying to make yourself smaller or adjust into the pigeonhole that they are trying to put you in. Him going from the language, standing in front of the mirror, going from the language that he is used to and comfortable using, and trying to just dumb it down to make it more comfortable for those around him, I had a very strong reaction to. I am sorry, but
Is that a thing that people do? Is that what people do that for real? People really do that.
Yes.
They got a mirror and they go to that mirror and be like, "You're smart."
Not a mirror, but not a mirror, but where you are very specifically having to dumb down yourself to fit what their expectations are, or you're not going to advance.
Yeah, but still, you got to have some self-respect. You know what I'm saying? Like they told him that he used too many words, and then they put it in a magazine, and it was on the first page in like bold print. Don't say too much stuff when you don't need to. And I'm just like, wow. And they gave it to him in a book for him to study and go over. And then he's standing in the mirror talking about let go of childish things, or I forget exactly how he put it.
And he finally got to the phrase of grow up, because that's what is better acceptable and palatable to the people.
I don't know. I was like,
in the office.
So, I mean, do you think he's like slipping because you think he's trying to harden himself because of his performance, his performance review, or do you think like he's starting to feel things and kind of not want to do this anymore? Like what do you think is his reasoning for?
So it's probably a combination of both, right? For just putting myself in his shoes, having been there to one degree or the other, right? You know that you're putting in the effort, and because you're putting in the effort, you're being called on the floor for it. And so now you're like, well, and kind of like what you said, like you have to kind of stand on who you are, but you can't, right? So you're trying to be what they want you to be, but you're kind of also like ready to walk off. But so that's why he was practicing putting the paper clips on, right? That's why he was practicing how to. Go ahead.
Is that what that was? Like, why was he doing that? Why was he doing that?
Because remember,
why was he? You see how many damn papers it was? I'm like, no, I got a team for this. I ain't doing this. I am not doing this. So, Life in the Bushes, I think she had it right when she was dumbing this down. I thought she was just trying to change, but it makes sense that he was trying to just go down all the way down to grow using the less words.
Right. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. So I mean that makes sense. Lisa Wright says, I don't want Milchek to change. I saw you on Discord. I think Lisa has got a thing for Milchek, and I don't even know why, because like he hasn't smiled or nothing. He just wear that tight ass shirt and he just come to work and yell at people all day. And it seemed like Lisa into that. So good luck, Lisa. I hope you and Milchek work out. But that I don't understand. I don't understand. So I don't know. He seems to have a bone to pick with that little girl.
Well, because he feels like she was the one who, Miss Wang, who started the nonsense regarding his use of big words. I think that's where he's got his bone to pick with her.
Yeah, but why? I mean, he knows more than anybody else. You got to follow the rules. He knows you got to follow the rules more than anybody else. I mean, if she is grading him, right? She's telling him, listen, you talk too much. You talking way too goddamn much, and you giving him breaks, huh? You just letting him roam the halls, and we don't want that. So you need to shape up or ship out. No, you got to
But
you
it
piece it together. You got to get it together.
but it wasn't it
So I
wasn't it it wasn't that. It
I feel
was
like I feel like
again the
I feel like
words.
Milchek is going to change. Yeah,
But I
I
think
feel like
he's
he's going
going
to
to
change.
change and
And
become
then
an
we get to
ally
Dylan.
for the innies. He's going to be an ally for the innies. I think that's how his character's going to play out.
I think
But
so too.
I hope that's how his character plays out.
Yeah, and then we get to Dylan. What do you think about Dylan?
I think his wife didn't make sense in this particular episode. She didn't yet have a reason to lie to the Audi of Dylan when he asked how everything went and she said that it was canceled. Um she could have just very easily said, well, he was asking about the kids, like, because he did, right? You don't have to go into all kinds of detail or whatever, but I am kind of wondering what we're going to do unless you're able to reintegrate him. What are you going to do, lady? You going to divorce your husband to get with your husband?
I don't know, but Dylan is a loser on the outside. He is a straight loser. He test driving cars and ain't got no money. I ain't just sitting on his ass at home, not doing no work. Huh? Just feeling like a deadbeat dad. He ain't doing nothing. His wife is falling
He
in love
works.
with other Dylan. I don't blame her.
But
I don't blame her.
Dylan works as the
You
innie.
see her?
So
She was enjoying that little visit
what
all
else
up
is
in
he
his
supposed
beard.
to do? But what else is he supposed to
She
do?
was
He
all in
works
that
as the
innie's beard.
innie. Oh my goodness.
I mean, but it's weird, right? It's weird that he's making a move on his own wife. Like he's like, outside me is dumb. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we should get together. It should be me and
Mm-hmm.
you, not you and him. You would dump that loser. It's weird to watch him put. Can we hug again? It's so odd to watch him do that, and
Because he doesn't have that
it's just
experience.
it's
It's the same thing with
weird.
Helly. They don't have those experiences. So they
He didn't
are
want no
looking
hugs.
for that.
He's
Well,
putting
yeah,
moves on.
I know. But they don't have those experiences. So that's what they're looking for.
Yeah, he was smooth with it too. He's like, bring it on in for the real thing. Huh? Daddy Dylan is here. You can forget that outside loser. So
He
yeah,
does kind of
I
drag
don't
him a
know
little
why
bit
she
every
would
time
have to
she there.
lie. I mean, would you tell Dylan at home?
I don't think that
Would you
there
tell
was a
Dylan?
need. I
Like
don't
we
think that there
kissed.
was a. I, I forgot about that part. You're right. Well, but if he's asking how it went,
Yeah.
and you just say he
Yeah.
just asked about the kids, why do you need to go into further detail this time? Now, I guess next time if you start having more feelings and catching, then you should be like, listen, buddy, your any is a lot better than you, and let me tell you about his attributes, right? Maybe you can work on that a little bit. No? You're the same person, so
What
you
you mean?
clearly
Like,
have the
why
capability.
you feel the need to lie? It's you.
That's my.
Why you lying then?
She lied
If we the same
already.
person, why you lying?
But that's why I said the next time she just needs to tell him, look, you're any.
I,
You clearly have this capability. Here are his attributes. Why don't you work on this? Go study.
that's what you would tell him. That's what you would say. Your outside you sucks. Your inside you is amazing. That's what you would tell him.
No. I would say,
I,
listen, you got some nice
I don't know. I
attributes
mean,
too.
it's a dynamic I haven't seen in shows ever, and I think it's pretty good that you know to separate the same person and then have the person on the inside be everything that the woman on the outside wants is weird, because your brain is like, is she cheating? Is she not cheating? Is he trash on the outside?
But here's
And
the problem with
is it
that.
wrong for him to be making moves on his own wife at work in the break room?
No,
Huh?
I think there's a problem with it though, and you have to put it all in context. Yeah, he's an amazing dude right now because he doesn't know anything else. His life experiences are very limited. Would he be the same person if his life experiences were similar to Audi Dylan? So
I
when
mean,
let's say we begin to expose him to other things or whatever, would he start to become a jerk, or would he maintain a very similar personality? Those are those things you have to
so
take into consideration.
they have two different personalities, because if you noticed at home, at home he is lazy. He is
Yeah.
100% lazy. But
Hmm.
that's not Dylan at work. Dylan
Right.
is hard charging, and he'll do anything for that waffle party. And he was
Right.
working, right? He was
Right.
he was like, yo, I'd rather stay here and put it down. I gotta get them waffles. So if you could just back up off me and let me
Waffles.
do my thing. So he's I don't think the personalities are the same. Which is you see that with Helly. She's the same way. Her personality is not the same as Helena's.
Right.
So
I'm not disputing that. That I
I don't
agree
know.
with. I agree
I don't
with the
know.
fact that their personalities are different. My question is, if you began to expose them to similar life experiences that their Audi may have had, would that potentially start to reshape some of that personality that they have? That's all I'm asking. And then, not saying that they would fully become
You mean
and
are you
the
gonna remember?
no, I'm saying not that they would become fully the person that they are on the outside, but some of, like, that, let's say, the softness, the sweetness that Dylan Any has, would some of that rub away just a little bit? Would that a little bit harden, is what I'm saying.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I think he would still be a different person. I think I truly believe that. I honestly believe that. But I mean I don't see anything wrong with it. I I I think that the Audi Dylan is not going to be around, and I think that the Any Dylan is going to take over, and that they'll be together.
But how do we do
I
that?
mean, or they won't, and Any Dylan will just die.
Oh, okay.
What you say?
Well, I was saying, how do we do that? Like, how do we get rid of the Audi Dylan?
Dieter says, funny how people are less upset with Dylan messing with his wife than they are with Helena messing with. That's a good point.
I
That is a
agree.
very good point. I guess it's because we
Check,
haven't
check,
seen
check on that one.
Mark and his wife together. I think is the reason. But you've seen douchebag Dylan, and you've seen Any Dylan, and you've seen his wife, who is clearly like the one who takes care of everything at home, and she's kind of she's kind of starving for someone to, I don't know, kind of take control and be responsible and do the things that she would like to do. And I think he's providing that for her. And Addie Dillon, he can't, he out there playing 52 pickup. He don't know what the hell he doing. He's still trying to figure it out. When I heard him at that table talking about, I'm gonna go look at this car. I'm gonna go look at this car today, and I might drive one home. But you ain't got no job on that. I mean, you ain't got no, you ain't got nothing on the outside. Nothing.
He's got a job. He is
So
the. I am
I don't blame
confused.
her. I don't
He is
blame
the
her.
innie. He is the innie. That is his job. That is his money. That is his bank. He is the innie.
I mean, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
I guess. I mean, you're right. I guess I understand. Um, yeah. So then we get Mark and Helly uh getting it in at work, and both of them got pretty nasty, and they going back to their desk, got to finish out the day, huh? And
Mm.
I feel like that's pretty. I don't know. I don't know. You know, it just sounds gross. It sounds terrible. So, um, I'm just saying it doesn't sound like something you'd want to sit there with for the rest of the
No.
day. You know, you might
Mm-mm.
take a half day or something. Let's see what else. Mark had his chip covered, I guess, which
Mark,
is which is a problem. You know,
she
he's kind of going through it
flooded
right
it.
now, trying to get his stuff together.
She flooded it with some kind of
Yeah,
liquid or whatever, and then yeah, covered. Well, you don't want to get infection in that big old cut that she gave you. So, but she said
I
that he's
mean,
not supposed to jostle himself, and then
so I
he
I like
promptly
how
fell on the floor. So,
I enjoy how they're playing it up. So you don't know exactly where he is. If he's in this chair talking to this woman, you know, having his brain operated on, or if he's actually at work with
Miss Wong,
Helly,
yeah.
or if
Hmm.
he's just remembering his wife. So he's kind of all over the place right now, and I think that's you know it's pretty cool. It's causing more questions to be asked than answers being provided. So
Hmm.
I enjoy that aspect. I can't wait to see how this all unfolds. So it's just it's odd, I think.
Hmm. Yeah, I liked that when I thought he was going to when he had the nosebleed and Miss Wong was trying to help him. I just knew that when he was talking to Azel, I believe is the name, that he was accidentally talking to Miss Wong and
Yeah.
was like gonna get in trouble. So I like that aspect because he kept turning around and you would see her and then you would see Miss Wong and then you would see her and see Miss Wong. And it's like, well, who is he talking to? Where is he? What's going on? What's happening? So I thought that was pretty cool. I don't Why do you think he didn't tell his
I got a
sister what he
question.
was
I got a
doing? Okay,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Say that. Say it again.
I was I was gonna ask you why you
So I
think
got a
he didn't
question. I,
tell.
I want to know.
Go
Listen,
ahead.
okay, I'm gonna let you talk right now. All right, I'm not gonna say nothing, and I'm
Okay.
hope that you don't break up. One,
Okay.
two, three, go.
Why he didn't tell his sister in advance that he was going to do the reintegration process?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if he just didn't want to put her in danger, or what. Um, I don't know how she didn't pick up on it second she walked through the door because he looked like he was cracked out. He was sitting there
All that
sweating
sweat.
like crazy, and she's like, "You want a water or something?" And so I don't know how she didn't pick up on that. I probably wouldn't have let him go upstairs knowing the situation he was in. He just got a big old hole in his brain, and he's still trying to lie to his sister. I honestly thought that was Helly or Helena at the front door. I didn't think it was his sister. I thought she had
Hmm.
followed him back to his house. Do you think do you think that Helena is she caught up to Mark in the restaurant because she likes him, or because she's trying to figure out whether or not he's on to them, like if their experiment is starting to fail?
I think it's maybe a dual thing. I think one because she is really interested and wants to actually pursue a relationship. And I'm wondering if she was kind of turned off a little bit by that when she actually had the interaction with them while they were in the food store. But I also feel like because they want to maintain eyes on him, because she was very specific to let him know I'm the head of Lumen. I'm in charge of Lumen. So I think it may be a
Right.
dual
Well, he knew
thing.
that.
Yeah, but she made
He knew that
certain
already.
to
He already
say
knew
it.
that. Um, he knew she. He Yeah. Well, I mean, he said, "Oh yeah, I knew that. I don't know why I asked you that." But she is. I thought that she was coming on to him. Like I thought she was trying to talk to him, like she wanted
Mhm.
to get with him,
Mhm.
until she brought up his wife.
Mm-hmm.
and she got her name wrong.
Name
And
wrong.
I'm
Yep.
certain that she got her name wrong on
On
purpose.
purpose. Yep. Me too.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think she was trying to elicit a reaction out of him. I think she wanted to see what he was going to do. So that's when I kind of changed from him wanting or her wanting to talk to him rather than try to figure out where his mind is at. So I don't think she was trying to get with him.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, do you feel like maybe we'll get a sighting of Gemma prior to the end of the season? Like that they'll one either find out like or her just like coming back in and either outside or inside of Lumen.
I I do. I think she'll make an appearance. I think she'll make an appearance. I don't think it'll be like a season ending kind of thing. I think she'll show up before that,
Okay.
and then they'll have to figure out what to do. But yeah, I think she'll make an appearance before the season is over. But
Okay.
if you're Mark, what do you do? Right? Do you right? Because he's reintegrated now, or he's
You're
on his
reintegrated.
way to being reintegrated. So he got two. Now he got two women.
Mm-hmm.
He got two of them now. He got one inside and out, maybe,
He's just
or
gonna
maybe
have
two inside.
himself a harem.
I
I
don't
don't
know. So
know.
what do you do?
I think if you're
He has to do
Helly,
what?
a harem, I don't know. But I feel like also like if you're
Yeah.
Helly, wouldn't you have already known that this was the potential from like the beginning, especially when you knew that he was looking for his wife?
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. You're right. You're right. I'm still. I mean, because I haven't seen Gemma, so I'm kind of pulling from Mark and Helly, but I guess it's kind of messed up. Like he's his wife. The
Yeah, it
whole reason
is.
he's in here is because he thought he lost his wife. So
Yeah.
so I you know maybe maybe I shouldn't feel like that. But
Mm-mm.
I don't know. I like Helly, man. I don't want to see them lose everything they got. You know, they got three people in this office and nobody else, and everybody in this office then fell in love with somebody.
Yeah, that
Everybody.
well, yeah.
Martin fell in love with Helly. Dylan got his Audi's wife, and Irvin
Mhm.
then met the pamphlet making guy and fell in love with him. Now he
Bert.
at his house having dinner with his weird
Right.
husband.
Well, I mean,
So
okay.
strange.
Aren't you supposed to the whole
Just don't.
purpose the whole theoretically the whole purpose of humanity is for socialization. Like we are a social species. So that's bound to happen at some point. They're going to find a way to love somebody or whatever. So, it is what
Yeah,
it
but the
is.
pool is
So
limited. There's three people,
no,
four
it's
people
not.
in this room.
No,
All
it's
all four of them met somebody in a room
in
full of
the
nobodies.
room. In the room, but as we've seen, you got another room full of lamb people. You have another room full of the people that Bert was in. I mean, there are other pools that Helly could pull from. Her resources are not limited. She just gotta bypass that stink from the lamb guy. Be right.
Yeah. All right. I mean, we can move on to another subject, but I think that I I would kind of like to know more about what's going on with Milchek, right? And
I just told
um
you what's going on with Milkchick. I just think you need to like
and
just jump on the bandwagon and
where's Miss
be.
Selvig at? Was that it? Where's Miss Selvig at? Did she just haul ass after she thought she was about to get killed?
I
She
was
just
wondering
ran.
the same
That's
thing,
it.
but
And
I think
her little VW rabbit just left.
I was wondering the same thing, but I feel like she will be back in the show at some point. She's got to make another appearance. Hey, Dieter, thanks for joining, buddy.
All
Glad
right.
to have you.
All right. Dieter, good to have you here, man. Appreciate you. All right. What we talking about next?
Your show that you were working so diligently to catch up on today, Yellow Jackets, season 2 on Paramount
Yeah.
Plus or Showtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm done. I think I'm done
Oh,
with
wait,
that
why?
show. Okay.
Why?
I think I'm done with that bullshit. I think I can't with that no more. Okay.
Wait, no. No, no,
That is
no, no,
that show
no.
is not what I thought it was gonna be. Okay.
Wait.
I'd had enough of all the yellow jackets, all the
What's
bees. I'd had enough.
wrong?
I don't wanna. I don't wanna. I it was not what
No.
I expected as a show. It just didn't make
Okay, well, let's start with what
sense.
you
Okay, I thought what
expected.
I was getting. Okay, I thought what I was getting was a soccer group that crashed in the woods, and after they crashed in the woods, like they had to figure out how to survive, and eventually, when they showed the adults back at at getting rescued at some point, right? They got problems being as how they were out there for so long. Now they got to figure out how to do it. I don't know what the rest of this horse shit is with this demon thing and them wearing deer antlers and eating people and stuff. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, like one morning they're up having a good time, and the next morning they chasing somebody through the woods with a knife, and then they act like they don't know what's going on, and the next day for people for.
Oh, boy, that's a rant. Go
For the people
ahead.
who don't know what I'm talking about, right? I'm gonna give you. I'm just gonna give you the quick. I'm just gonna give you the quick lowdown, right? These little girls crash in the woods, and they find a cabin. Nobody is trying to leave, right? Nobody's trying to go to the top of a mountain and be like, we should walk this way. Nothing. They ain't done none of that shit.
They
No,
did.
not
They
one.
did.
Okay.
They did.
They go out
Twice.
looking for food and they bring their butts right back to this cabin. No, they left and they walked 1 mile. Walked 1 mile. Somebody got hurt and
And
they
then the
brought their
girl
ass
got in the
back.
plane. And then
It
the
didn't
girl got in
make
the plane.
any sense. They having parties, dancing, swimming naked, having sex and babies and stuff. Lady, we lost. What is going on out here in
Well,
these
she
woods?
can't stop the baby from growing.
What is happening in these woods?
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna just be straight up. When I saw that girl pull her best friend's ear out of her pocket and then eat it, I was like, what the shit am I watching? What the hell is going on here, man? What is happening? Did she eat her face? So I think I'm out. I think I'm out on this show.
But wait a minute. You had so much more that happened with respect to them being
it was
adults.
A lot that happened.
What's happened with
that
them
shit was
being
nasty.
adults? Like, what is going on?
It was nasty.
So because they had to eat people to survive.
It got so much worse.
That's where you're drawing the line. You're not even going to talk about like what's happened with them going back into this cult or whatever that you want to call it, ending up back there, and Shauna having to tell that her husband was the one that was sitting up and blackmailing people, and talk about her boyfriend, and Misty admitting that she had killed the lady.
So she I can't. I was so mad watching this mess.
Oh,
then
okay.
They got a boyfriend back in the present time that she stabbed because he stole stuff from her house, and her husband tried to blackmail the group that she's a part of for 50 grand, and the wife didn't know that the husband owed the mob for some bullshit he was doing at the mattress store. What does any of this have to do with this goddamn plane crash? Nothing. Not one thing. Okay?
It has everything to do with it. Yes, it does. It has everything to do with it because the whole point. The whole point of it, yes, it does. Because the whole point of it, the whole point of it is them.
No.
Is them trying to keep their secret. Is a matter of them trying to keep and maintain their secret, right? They don't want it to get out that they had to eat people to survive or whatever like that. So because of them trying to keep their secret, that's how she accidentally killed her boyfriend. That's because the husband stole her.
No accident.
Stole her diaries that she thought the boyfriend.
Get the hell out of here with that.
All of it. That's why Misty killed the lady, because Misty thought the lady was going to be the person to tell everybody what's going on. All of this goes back to the plane crash. Its tentacles run
Nah,
deep.
nah. Who's doing this to them? Ooh, I've been watching for 2 seasons. I don't know who is doing this to them. Is it just somebody weird doing it? I don't know. Are they
Well,
just
what they
deciding to
said,
do this on their
but
own?
what they said,
Right? I don't
this
get it.
season
I don't get
was
it. Is there
that
a demon
whatever,
doing this?
yes, they're saying that whatever evil entity was there that caused them to do whatever they did there, they brought it back with them. That's what they were saying. They brought it back. And that's why Travis is dead. And that's why the girl
What did they bring back?
Lottie,
What?
the demon. And Lottie is saying that y'all brought the demon back, and then Shauna and all of them. And you met Van is an adult now. She's there. She's there. She didn't die. So all right, go ahead.
Listen, I'm just going to tell you, when I saw that they set her friend on fire because she had died, and the ground was too hard because of the snow. The ground was too hard, so they just set her on fire and did her Darth Vader style and just tried to cremate her. And then whatever, I guess, knocked down the snow, which basically created a cover, and they cooked her.
Yes.
And then they just went outside and went ham. They just went ham on her, like they didn't even know her. They was like, oh man, I got dibs on the cheeks. Those are mine right there. They they ate her, and then they act like they didn't mean to. And I'm, what is going on? And then they killed what's his name, brother,
Travis.
right? Who's the dude? Right. Who's the kid that fell through the? Melba said, "I'm getting hungry. You nasty, Melba."
Nasty. Go ahead, Melba.
Who's the boy yum, who yum. Lost his brother last season?
Travis. But you have to, but you have to, Travis, his brother. He was the one that ended up dying at the end of the season. But you have to remember, brother. But you have to remember, yes, you have to remember that
they were gonna... They asking too much of Travis. They asking way too much.
But they were about to kill Natalie, and Natalie didn't want to die.
Know what I'm saying?
So
like,
he was about to help her. Natalie was running with him. And then when he fell through the ice, you have to remember Misty came over and was like, leave him, because if you help him and he gets out, they're going to finish what they started with you. And did you see how they were hooting and hollering, running after like a bunch of wild heathens? Come on.
That's what I'm saying. First of all, I want to, before we go any further, I want to recognize Dieter, who donated $5. Dieter, thank you.
Oh, thanks, Dieter. Thank you, Dieter.
Since we started this,
you're amazing.
He's helped me a lot with a lot of stuff, figure out a lot of things. So Dieter, thank you very much.
He said he's gonna eat something too.
So, what's his name? Travis. Travis's brother was missing for 6 episodes of this entire season. He ran the last time they acted crazy and got lost in the woods.
Right.
And then he shows up, and the second he shows up, they killed him. They chased him over a lake, over a frozen lake, and he fell through, and he froze to death, or he drowned and froze. He did 2 things. So they pulled him out, and they strapped his ass to it was a giant log, and then they threw his ass on his shoulder like they
had to cook him. They
did his ass like they was Snow White's elves. Nah, they were just singing songs and walking.
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask you
and walk all the way back to the. Go ahead.
If you were in their predicament, and let's say someone is or isn't looking for help, but you're stuck there and you need sustenance, what do you? I'm not saying to go hunt people, but what would be your what would be your food source?
So first things first, right? First things first, we need to get to the top of a mountain and we need to figure out what direction we going in because we're not staying here. Okay. And if I'd have found out that Misty turned off that goddamn tracker that was
She pushed
on
the
that,
girl off the
oh
thing
my
for that.
God. I'd have, oh. No, she slipped
pushed,
off. She slipped off. She didn't push her off. She slipped off.
She pushed her.
And did you see her at the base of that? Oh my God, she was messed up.
Yeah.
Messed up bad. But I don't think that they're trying hard enough to get out. Right? They got lost in the spring. Right? It's winter.
They're snowed in.
Nobody
They're
so
snowed
much as tried to, you know what? We're gonna try and figure out how to get out of here because we're gonna die. Nobody's done that. Nobody's done that. And then they cooked his brother and made his older brother eat his heart.
But they're snowed in.
Like, who
There's
does
nothing.
That?
Oh my God.
Who does that? Who does that? Listen. Your brother drowned, right? Your brother drowned, and now we got him on here on these sticks. But before we dig in, right? Here's his heart. So
seriously,
you got to do it first before we can eat. And he did it. Like his vertebrae is outside on the table. His vertebrae is outside on the table, and his brother is right there. And they're just like, he's just looking at his brother like,
but what else do you do? But what else do you do? He's already deceased. They've already cooked him and prepared him for you. You need to survive. Yes, it sucks, but what else do you do? What else do you do? He sacrificed himself for you. That's how you look at it.
Okay, so we come back from a long trip, right, in the woods, and you're waiting at the cabin, like, hey guys, what's up? Where's Paul? And then I'm right there, hung up on that pole, right, and then all of a sudden, my skull and backbone is on that table outside. You just go. You could do that. You could do that.
No, I would have difficulty doing that. I would not. No, I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm just saying.
Difficulty.
Listen, some people are able to put themselves in a situation where they're like, okay, well, he's already dead. Me not eating him at this point is going to do what for him? Nothing. He's already dead. I might as well. I wouldn't be able to do it. I would probably throw up before I could do it. My point is, some people are probably looking at it like, okay, he's already dead. Me not eating is going to do what?
I get it. I'm just saying, like, when your brother is disemboweled and his bones are sitting outside, and you talking about, hey, dig in. It just seemed messed up to me somehow. It don't seem right, is what I'm saying. So
yeah, I agree.
But I understand what you're saying. Moving on. So now we are back to the present with the wife and all the adults who are all, I guess, meeting at the Strange Girls retreat.
Lottie.
I guess she's
Lottie.
Yeah, Lottie's little retreat, right? And they're doing. What are they doing? Like, why are they choosing cards? They're back in the world now. What is going on? So the girl gets the queen, and they all dip down and put this mask on. I'm like, y'all brought them masks back from the woods, and they start chasing old girl through the woods. What is this shit? What are we doing? So I didn't understand that. I did not understand that at all. Why are we killing people here? And then they snap out of it like they weren't even doing it.
Well, because remember, didn't they drink the juice?
Are you gonna run, or you just gonna stand here and let us do it?
Because remember, Lottie is telling them that they need to sacrifice someone for this demon that they've brought back. That is what she is telling them.
Yeah, I think I'm done wasting my time. They spent way too much time on the who's the thin black woman?
Thaisa.
The one who keeps waking up in the middle of the night eating parrots and shit. Who's that girl? That woman. What's her name?
Taissa.
Tyson. Yeah, I didn't
Taissa.
understand her. And there was another black woman. There was another black Taissa. There was another black girl that was there too.
Yeah.
And she was feeding a mouse.
Yes.
A mouse. We ain't got
Yes.
no food, and she's feeding a mouse.
Do you understand that these people are going through a lot of mental stressors that so remember, she was the one who had the older sister who had the baby right before she left. She's having like mental stressors. You got to give some of these people a little bit of grace, man. Just a little bit. Please.
Say what?
Which?
I don't know. There's just a lot of behaviors going on in here that just it doesn't make sense for people who are stuck in the woods. Okay, it doesn't make sense. Okay, there's way too much relations going on out here in these woods. Way too much. Okay, way too much of that. All right, we just keep cooking people, and nobody's looking for help.
Okay, time out. Time out.
We outside
just pause
frolicking and having fun and all that nonsense.
Okay. Now let me ask you this particular question. You've been in the woods, or you've been lost or whatever for 9+ months, because she's had the entire time for this child to be born, unfortunately, unsuccessfully, but for the child to be born. So you've been in the woods for at least 9 months. Are you telling me for the full 9 months you were just head down, just trying to get out and not trying to take at least a moment to enjoy the sunrise, or the little bits of nature that you have available to you, or if you see someone that you might be attracted to, how the sunlight glints off of their hair? I don't know, something stupid, but just anything. You're not going to take a minute to enjoy anything.
I'm not smashing. I was just in a plane crash. I'm not smashing. Okay, that's the furthest thing from my goddamn mind. I'm not thinking about getting no booty when I'm stuck out in the sticks. Okay, I need civilization. I got to get back. Okay, I'm lost. I ain't thinking about you. I'm thinking about you. Okay, I need to get back.
Okay.
I need to get back. Who in their right mind is like, damn, she fly? You know what I'm saying? You see that girl over there? Hey, boy, I might have to make a move, man.
But you have to remember that
nobody is thinking about that, but they were, I guess.
They are also trying to see so very specifically, like Taissa and Van, they're trying to see their lives, how it's going to be a fly. Who's got a fly? Whatever.
No, me. I use the word fly. I ain't heard fly since the 90s, but that's all right. That's all good.
You just showed your age. But listen, but Van and Taissa are very specifically trying to show or visualize their life when they get back to normalcy. So that's what they're trying to do, and that's still not acceptable to you. If you found your one, you found your one, regardless of where it is.
So
okay, you heard that, guys.
Lisa writes, so they threw people, so these people go crazy and stay crazy when they come back. So apparently, I guess there was a demon, but you never see it. They never show it. They just use like a camera angle to kind of show what this air is doing. Like, they don't even show it. Okay, so you don't know if it's just them going crazy or if it's actually something out there. But so I guess at some point they get rescued. They still haven't shown them get rescued yet. And when they come back, apparently they still think that the demon is with them. And I don't know, dude. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. It's just they just keep doing weird stuff. They just keep doing weird stuff. So I don't know if there's a demon or not. I don't know if they're just crazy. I don't know. I have no idea. I know this though. I'm done watching it. So
no, you said you want to watch season 3.
I can't watch them run around stabbing each other no more. Okay, I can't do that. I can't do it.
It'll be like Earth Abides and get better for you. I promise.
It's not gonna get better. It's not gonna get better. I tell you what, if the people want me to watch it, I'll watch it.
Well,
If
not
they want
only
me to
that,
watch it, if
season
they
3
say
has
watch
already
it, I'll
started,
watch
so
it.
you might as well at least watch the first couple episodes to just see if they continue along the same track, or maybe they've thrown a bone in there for you that maybe that you'll enjoy. Gotta give it a little bit. You enjoyed season
Dieter
1,
says you ain't
right?
never. Dieter says you ain't never seen people get freaky during 2-week field exercises back when we was in the army. Yeah, this is my boy Dieter from the military. Say hi, Dieter.
Oh,
That's
Casanova
my boy.
said you gotta
We go
keep
way back.
watching.
Go way back. I guess I'll keep watching that. What's up, Dieter?
There you
I
go.
hope you're doing all right, brother. Fine. I'll watch this. I'll watch this. I'll watch this mess.
All right. Good
All right.
job.
So what else we got? Because that's the end of that. That's the
Oh
end of that mess.
boy. All right.
I'm
Well,
done with that. I'm done with that
we are
filth.
gonna dive
Yep.
off into, I can't believe you, Paradise on Hulu. Now, I am I love this
Paradise.
show. Love it. It's
As do I.
as I was saying last week, right before we got off, I started watching it, and I what caught me was it's got it's see they have a lot of flashbacks, my god. And I don't know if they're as well placed or timed as Yellow Jackets, but I think it's very well written, and it's got a lot of silo undertones. I really really like it. I'm really upset that they killed Billy. Doggone it. I liked him. But go ahead, you can start your.
Billy was dumb, but that we'll
I
get to
liked
that.
him.
I think this is an amazing. I think this is an amazing show. I think I'm really late to this party. As far as Paradise, this was recommended to me by I can't remember if it
By your
was
sister,
Lisa
this
Wrights
gal right
or
here,
Live from the
this
Bushes.
one, or this one.
I mean,
Me.
somebody mentioned it on Discord, so I don't know who it is, but props to
You
whoever
know, I don't
whoever
talk to you
said this
on
was good,
Discord.
because
I
you are
text
absolutely
you.
right. Paradise, if you have not seen it and you are in the chat, you need to go watch that ASAP. That is a very very good show. Uh, is there anybody in the chat who has not seen it or don't even know what I'm talking about? Y'all let us know. Um, so basically, um, I forget his name. Look this up real quick. Anyway, um, there's a gentleman by the name of Xavier. He excels at literally everything that he does. He's always looking at situations, and he's always assessing threats in every situation. It doesn't matter where he is or what he's doing. He becomes the president's personal guard. Melba says she hadn't seen it. He becomes the
Oh,
president's
I'm
personal guard, and the president
sorry, Melvin.
starts to confide in him and tell him things, and um eventually he finds out, he becomes privy to information where he finds out that the world is coming to an end, and they have to figure out next steps. So that's where I started. Now I picked it up late. I think I picked it up probably when I think 6 episodes were out by the time I caught up. What about you? What do you think?
I watched it from, I think it was 3 episodes out, and I just every week that it's been out from then, I've just been gobbling it right up. I think it's, like I said, I think it's very well written. I enjoy it. Xavier, yes, and then when they showed the flashback of his wife saying that, basically, God forbid, the person that gets on your bad side, they're going to be sorry, and then he's mad. In this last episode, my boy pulled out his knife. He had the guy next door that has the illegal dog with him, had him put up in the sky. They're lying to you. My man is on a mission now. Don't play with him. Don't even get in his way.
Yeah.
I have a question for you though. If you remember
So they have
in
yeah, go ahead.
if you remember in, I think it was the fourth or fifth episode um when the doctor was hitting on him and he was like, but I'm married. Because now, but at that time, he wasn't aware of like what he knows now, that potentially there are people still outside living. Would that have been your immediate response, that you were married?
Would I have said that I was married if she was right in front of my face and
Throwing it at you, yeah.
she was, or and my wife was outside like that?
But he's
I
under
don't
the
know. My
impression at
wife
the
is
time
probably
that his
listening
wife
right
is
now.
dead.
So
He's under the impression that his wife is dead.
no,
At that
he's
time, yes,
not.
he was. At that time, yes, he was.
He doesn't know. He's not certain, which is his problem. Which is another thing that we'll get back to in a second, because that's part of the final episode that I saw. Not the final episode, but the last episode that we saw. So essentially, what happened is
I don't
the
think you're
president
listening to my question.
tells Xavier what
At that time, at that
would I have done
time,
something with her?
but my point is, at that time, the premise was that everybody outside of that area, the premise was everybody was dead. That's why he was pissed off at the president, because his wife was dead as far as he knew, right? He now knows that that's not the case. He now knows that, but at
Okay.
that time, he thought that she was. So my question is, in that little space where you thought your wife was deceased,
Listen.
would you have
Listen.
said, would you have
I
said
want you to
about
hear me.
I'm married?
Listen. 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 Listen.
Okay.
Listen. Your question is long as shit. Okay, and you are breaking up like halfway between it, and you ain't even asked it yet. Okay,
I did
and I
ask
can't
it
answer it
the
because you
first
sound like
time.
bow, bow,
If you had just listened to my
and I
question the
can't
first
answer that.
time, we
Okay,
wouldn't
because I
have
don't know
this
what you're saying.
problem.
So ask your question.
I'm done.
Just ask it. Just you still ain't asked. It's I understand where he's coming from, right? She was throwing it at him. She was throwing it at him, and he didn't. I don't know if he didn't want to, but he did, right? So his wife is upstairs, probably mutated and torn up, and I don't know. Would I have done it? Probably not. I don't know. I don't know where he's at. Like there's a lot that's going into it. Like the world is gone. You know what I'm saying? The world is gone. So I don't know. But I got a kid that he has to look after, and he probably doesn't want her to find out. So I don't know. There's a lot that goes into it, right? If I thought my wife was still alive, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. But
Okay.
it's fine.
Live from the Bushes doesn't
so
agree.
again, for those,
she thinks you full of it, but all right. I agree with you, Live from the Bushes. He would smash it too.
You would smash if you thought your wife was dead.
Mm-hmm. Now she knew what I was asking. She knew what I was asking. You trying to act like you stupid.
Like, I'm just saying, like
she knew what I was asking.
Yeah, I mean, y'all trying to vilify me like y'all wouldn't smash. Y'all would smash too. Hell, some of y'all would smash. Your wife wouldn't even have to be gone. She'd probably be still right there with you, huh? Y'all be right there with you, old disgusting heathens. Y'all would do it, and your wife ain't even got to be nowhere. All she got to do is be at the store.
Casanova said that shrink fine as hell.
Huh? That's. I don't. Yeah, she was she was doing her thing. Y'all gonna get me in trouble, man. Y'all gonna get me in a lot of trouble later. I would come get you, sweetie. I would. I swear to God, I would. Nothing would stop me. Anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
So the world is coming to an end, and they've built this underground. They dug into a mountain, basically cleared out the entire bottom of it, which is absolute horseshit, and turned it into a city.
Mm-hmm.
A city that looks like a regular neighborhood, right? And they built this huge dome that has this one light at the very top, which it's it acts like the sun, and these people are living regular lives. Regular lives. There's only 25,000, 2,000,
20.
25,000.
I don't think it's
I don't know how many people down
25,000.
there. I don't know if it's
I
2,000 families or 25.
I can't remember.
Huh?
I can't remember. I cannot remember.
Anyway, there's a house. There's a house for everybody. There's a house for everybody down there, right? Nobody has to pay for anything, but there are no guns and there are no pets supposedly allowed, and they're trying to figure out whether or not it's the well, they started asking questions. They wanted to know if if the atmosphere was ready yet for them to go back up top. So they decided to send three, I guess they would call them astronauts, I guess. So they sent them up to the surface to go see if there was anybody alive, if they were capable of living on top on the surface. And these three people find out that you can live up there, but someone in this cave does not want the rest of the population to know that you are capable of living on the surface. So they offed the three scientists, explorers, astronauts, whatever you want to call them. Killed all three, and they never made it back. So people don't know it's safe. Now, the president finds out about this secret. He sees that it's possible for life to live on the surface, and now they're trying to. It's like this huge secret, and he was killed for it. Now we don't know who killed the president. At least
Not yet. Mm-hmm.
I have no idea who killed the president, but
Mm-hmm.
it's this huge cover up, and they really don't want this secret to get out, and that's where we are. That's where we are right
Mm-hmm.
now. We're still trying to figure out who off the president and
Mm-hmm. And the
why.
townsfolk
So
don't know
if you've
how he
seen the
was
show,
actually killed.
I'm taking theories right now. I want to know why you think. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying the townsfolk don't know how he was actually killed. They say that he just passed away or something like that, but he was beaten over the head. So
Right, but who did it? Who in your mind do you think did it?
I don't know. I have a feeling it may be someone we haven't yet met or been introduced to, because your only options are the um I'm sorry, the girlfriend security guard is ragged. So it's either her, it's the father who's got dementia or whatever, the son wasn't there, or the obvious person, Sinatra.
Um, so I thought the father too. I thought that the father was Melba said. I think he was shot. He was shot. He was shot.
Yeah, but
I think.
somebody said that
No,
him beaten over the head. He had blunt force trauma.
he could have been shot.
You could have been. They have guns
He
down there
could have been.
now.
He could have been
They've
shot
been. They've shown that
because
they have guns down
somebody
there.
would have heard it. Somebody would have heard it.
You. So you don't
So
think that? So you think they brought guns but didn't bring the suppressors?
I'm saying that it would have been too loud. That I don't think whoever did it used a gun. I don't think it's his father, right? Because he's too damn old and he's got dementia. There's no way he could have got in and out of that room. And I don't think he's faking the dementia. I think he really has it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
to me, it's three people. Like the three people that I would suspect that did it. Either his son did it, which he's number three. I really don't think he did it. The mistress, well, that would be kind of like a twist, right? If she's fighting with Xavier right now, and then you find out that she's against Xavier. She's my number two. And my number one spot, I think, goes to the psychiatrist. I think she did it. I think she's pretending like she
And
didn't
why
do it,
would
but
she
I
have
think
done that?
she did it. What?
Why would she have done that? Like, what do you think her purpose for that would have been?
I think she did it because I think she did it because she is I think she did it because she wanted to help the what's her name, Sinatra. I think she wanted to help Sinatra, and she didn't want Sinatra to fail. And Sinatra had hired her to be her own personal psychiatrist. So I think she did this for her. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she knew about the other deaths. I don't think she knew about the security guard that was taken out. But I think that she did the one solid for her, not realizing that she had done these other ones. What do you think? Who you got?
I don't know. I mean, again, I think just for my purposes, I think the beef that him and dad had the whole time, and he didn't apologize or feel any sense of sorrow for his son until after he was passed away, and thinks that the grandson is the son. I don't know. I don't know. He seems to just hate his son, but whatever. But I think it
Are you
was
talking
a
about
gun.
you talking about the father?
Yeah, Mr. Dementia. And I think it was a gun, because I'm going to say again, if you think they
You think
brought
Dementia did it?
No. No. I'm saying he could have
Son,
done it.
you're not the only one either. Look at Lisa. Lisa thinks hang on. Lisa thinks it's the father. Life in the Bushes thinks it's the father. There ain't no way his demented ass, okay, all of 93 years old, is 007 his behind into that room and killing his own kid and leaving without being seen on video. There's no way. There is
The video
no
was stopped,
way.
remember?
And if he
The video
did it,
the
I
video
promise
was
God, I
stopped.
will go on Discord and I will apologize to everybody. But there's no way his old ass. There's
The
no
video was
way.
stopped.
There is
That's why
no
Billy got
way.
in trouble. That's why Billy got in trouble, because him and his girlfriend was playing Wii Nintendo or something like that. So what video? What
They
video
wouldn't
do
doing
you
that. They
have?
was smashing. Huh?
I
They
don't
was smashing.
no, because they were inviting the
Playing with
little
goddamn
girl
Wii.
over. Oh my goodness.
Playing with a
The
Wii
little
Wii, but not.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know where you what. I don't know. I don't know where you find these people at. Who
Well, what
who uh
people?
who you find to take care of the president? They just kind of nod. They just kind of nod off and just go and play Nintendo. Where you find these folks at? Huh? Where you find their resumes at? Yeah, just say the hell with the president. We gonna go play some Nintendo. Huh? I got that.
Well,
I
they're
got that Wii
probably
Fit. Let's
figuring
go do that. The hell
it's
with
a
watching the
very
president.
small
He
group
fine.
of they're probably figuring it's a very small group of people in the area that they are. So who's going to try something?
I mean, it's still it's a fantastic show. Honestly, if you have not seen Paradise, you need to go check that out. It is very good. If you've seen Silo, it's in that same vein. Like they're kind of the same show. Only you get you're getting two sets of the show, just like Yellowjackets. Like you're getting the after it happens, the aftermath of where they live now, and you kind of get the before everything goes down. You haven't gotten what actually happened yet. You're just seeing everything lead up to it and the life after. So Xavier's upset because the president told him that the world was coming to an end. Now Xavier was sworn to secrecy because in order to prevent, a panic or whatever, he wasn't allowed to tell anybody. So his wife was very outgoing. She went to Atlanta and she would fly all over the place, right? How listen, I know you're not supposed to tell anybody, right? I know this. Okay. How do you not tell your spouse? Right? How do you not tell them at least? You keeping secrets from them?
But the problem
Like
is
I
the
feel
problem
I
is
don't think it's his wife's fault. No, it's Xavier's fault. This is Xavier's fault.
I'm not saying it's not, but what I'm saying is he has to deal with the fact that potentially he tells her, and then how do you know that she doesn't turn around and tell Susie, and then Susie doesn't turn around and tell Jill. Jill doesn't turn around and tell Janet. I mean, now you got.
What you talking about? Like, that's not the same. Like, my wife, or in this
But that's
case,
why he swore
his
to
wife
secrecy.
is.
That's why he sworn to secrecy.
No, not your spouse. No, 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 no. This is something you got to roll over and be like, hey, let me tell you something. Listen, you ain't gonna want to hear this, but I got to tell you anyway. The world's getting ready to die. Like, she is leaving on an airplane to go to Atlanta, right?
Yes.
She's going to be away from you, and
Yes.
you know this is about to happen,
Yes.
right? And you don't say. She's like, he's trying to stop her. He's like, listen, maybe you shouldn't go on this trip. And she's like, you know that I gotta go do my own thing. And she turns around and she starts walking away. He let her go. Be like, hey, listen, I know I was supposed to tell you this. I wasn't supposed to tell you, but the world's gonna explode. Yeah, you shouldn't go. You just shouldn't go. Listen, I know I'm not supposed to be telling you shit, but listen, it's gonna happen tomorrow. So, I'm not you. Like, you wanna live? If you wanna live, don't go to Atlanta. Everybody's gonna die. So just go with me. I don't understand why he didn't just tell her that. Would you not tell me that?
I would absolutely tell you. But you can see in his character that he is a stickler for the rules. Very much so. So I mean, he has a different. He's built of a different thing than you and I are.
I'm being serious as a heart attack. Listen, I'm very aware of secret clearance and all that stuff. Okay, I have one now. I had one when I was in the military. I don't give a shit if this is happening and the world is getting ready to blow. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? They gonna put me in jail after the world blows up? You gonna put me in jail after the world blows up? I'm telling everybody. Sir, listen. What are you doing today? Yeah, world's gonna be gone tomorrow. Janet, listen. I'm telling everybody. I don't. At that point, like right before it happens, I'm telling everybody. I don't care. I'm especially telling
but why would you?
my spouse.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
If
you tell your spouse, okay, fine, I get that, but now you just telling every random person on the street, what are you doing other than causing panic? Like, if they can't do anything,
I wouldn't tell every random person. I wouldn't tell every random person. I wouldn't tell every random person. I'm just kidding. But I would tell my spouse, right? Okay. Especially if she's leaving the state.
Yeah.
Like, if she was just going to work and she was like 30 minutes away, like, I would feel weird about that. But you've taken a plane and leaving? No. The world's coming to an end. You might want to stay home today. You should stay home today. So, I promise you, if you let me get on a plane and I find out that the world was coming to an end, you ain't tell me shit. You better hope. You better pray that I don't make it through. Because if I find you, I'm gonna ask you straight up. I'm straight up. I'm probably, you are dead to me. You are dead to me. Don't talk to me about shit. Nothing. So you couldn't say nothing. You couldn't wink. You couldn't pass a piece of paper or something. You couldn't do none of that to warn me not to leave. You could have said something. God. Send me a text or some shit. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is a fantastic show, but I agree. Be honest with you, Xavier doesn't have anyone to blame but himself, right? Because he knew and he should have told his wife, but he blames the president for not giving him the word and having him tell him when everything was about to go down. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think it was the father though. I think it was one of the two ladies.
He did know.
Somebody said bartender.
He did know it because remember, he was asked to walk him through that protocol, and then he was like, and something must have clicked with him, saying, "Okay, well, you're asking me to walk you through this protocol. What's going to happen? When's it going to happen?" And before his wife left, he tried to ask her not to go, and she said she had to. So he did know it was coming, I guess, like just very specifically the timing or whatever.
I mean, I guess. And then they had a whole room of weapons.
Yeah.
Why? I thought they had like one or two. They had a whole arsenal down there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You think that was justified?
Yeah.
And why didn't Xavier just put on the ceiling? Why didn't just Xavier just put on the ceiling? Listen, the president didn't kill himself. Okay, Sinatra did it. Why didn't he just put that?
Because, well, there's a couple of things with that. The phrase "you're being lied to" encompasses more than one issue. And then he doesn't know if Sinatra did it. He's under the impression that potentially she killed him, but he doesn't know that for sure.
Okay. I mean, I guess that kind of makes a little sense. Um, the mistress, I got a problem
It's
with her.
rough to look at.
I got a
My
problem with her.
God.
I don't really
She
like her.
is.
So I was gonna
Ugh.
say the same thing, but I didn't want to be rude. I didn't want to be rude.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She is tough, son. I was telling I was saying the same thing when I was watching it, man. She got mush mouth. All her facial features are pushed back. Pushed back. Her face don't come out, right?
You stupid.
It don't come out. Like, you know how like regular person's contour, her shit look like it's been
Yeah.
pushed in.
She
And
roughed
it's
it.
I don't know. It's I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be that guy, but
Yeah, I
I'm
shouldn't
just
have
saying.
said that. I
She's not.
apologize. I should not have said that, but she would not have been, I
I shouldn't
guess,
either, but
my
it's out now. So yeah,
first choice.
she's not. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, come on, Mr. President, you can do better than that. Huh? I'm sure there's somebody else down here that look better than that. You can do better than that. Come on. Come on now. you ain't got
Well,
to
I'm going to say that
you
his
ain't got to do
options
that.
were limited.
You
I'm going to
know?
say his options were limited because you have, of the 25,000 people, let's just say a quarter of them are children. You'll say out of the 3/4 that's left, half of them are married. So you only have like what? A quarter that's single, maybe? I don't know.
I mean, yeah, that's true. First of all, this plan of theirs is not going to work, right? Um, I understand Sinatra's plan, right? With so Sinatra is the one who's in control of everything in the dome, right? They have a president, but it's actually Sinatra who's pulling all the strings. Um, when they sent the 3 explorers up top to go find out whether or not there was the ability to live on the surface, she had them killed, and I understand why. Like I get it. Um, she probably should have stopped it to start with, or sent someone out without their knowledge. But she once she found out that it was breathable up there, she went out. She had somebody go up and off the 3 travelers, explorers, or whatever. And I get it because there's only enough there are only enough resources for everyone inside this dome, right? Everything up top is either dead or dying, right? There's no food. There's just fallout. Cities are destroyed. Animals are dead. There's nothing to take care of anyone. So you cannot, as terrible as it sounds, and I don't even know if I could be the one to do it, right? You cannot let more people in, because if you do, you're killing everyone inside. You're killing everyone. Now I'm a bleeding heart, so it couldn't be me to do that shit because I would let as many people in as I could. But it has to be done.
So you don't
So
think that
I
you'd be able
totally
to
understand where
expand?
Sinatra's coming from.
You don't think at all you'd be able to expand for, let's just say 100 people
Your
as a
resources are
number.
finite.
They're not finite if you're growing
Your resources
plants.
are finite. There's
You're
no
growing plants, and your quote unquote meat is
right, but
being made from the plants. So my question is, for let's say 100 people, you don't think that
correct.
you can
But
expand that?
you have so where does it stop? Right? Because you don't know how many people are alive. You don't know how many people survive whatever this is, right? So where do you stop? You let in one person, then you're gonna have a loved one come in and be like, "Hey, my sister made it. Can she come in?" Now you got instead of 10, you've got 20. And instead of 20, you've got
Okay,
100.
so
Instead of
let's
100,
at
you got
least test
1,000.
it.
So now where are
So
these
let's at
1,000
least
people going
test
to
it.
stay? What are these 1,000 people going to eat?
At least let's test it. Can we expand
there's
it?
no
No. I'm not saying bring the people in yet. I'm saying
there's
at
no
least see
testing. What are you going to
if you
do? Are you
can.
going to be like, look, we tried it. It didn't work. Y'all got to go.
Listen to me. I did not say bring them in yet. I'm saying, okay, don't bring them in, but at least see if you're able to expand your resources first to accommodate 100 people, 200 people.
I understand what you're saying. Listen, I understand what you're saying. And I hear you, but it's not possible. You are in a cave. You're in a cave, okay? And you have enough food for your group, okay? If you
Right.
oversaturate that one item, you're screwed. There's nothing to eat, right? If you have one field, do you think one field can feed, a small field can feed 1,000 people? Like my basement, if it was filled with vegetables, it could probably sustain, I don't know, 20, 30 people. But if I put 1,000 people down here, all that shit's gone. There's nothing to eat tomorrow.
I'm not saying
do it.
about
And
that.
it's sad. I'm not saying that it's not, but you. Oh, so when do you close the door? When do you close the door?
Okay.
Do you close it on a kid?
No, I'm not saying
close it on a child? Do you close it on a mother? Do you close it?
I did not.
You close it on somebody who's crying, who's in front of you crying, begging? You can't,
I'm saying,
man. You can't. I get it, Chris, okay. But you can't.
All right.
You'd let everybody in. The whole colony would have been screwed. Thanks to you. We'd have been done. It'd have been standing room only thanks to your ass.
Feel like you gotta try.
Nobody going anywhere. We just standing there all day.
You gotta listen. I'm just saying I would at least test and see if I could expand the resources.
No damn sense.
If I'm able to expand the resources, then I would go out and send someone out to be like, okay, you 10 people quietly, let's go. You 5 people quietly, let's go. I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I would probably kill the whole society, but I would try.
Where you going out? What are you going outside to do?
To recruit these 10 people, these 5 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
To bring them in. I'm saying I would probably, yes, you're right. I would probably end up killing the whole society, but I would be that person trying to figure out how to expand resources.
Okay. You're not the one.
No,
you're not the person. Come on away from the door. Come on away from the door. You ain't the person for this shit. You letting everybody in. So you come on back here with me. Okay. You get the hell out of the way. All right. You're not built for this. All right. You cannot turn off your heart to keep that door closed. Because I'm telling you, once you open it and you start seeing crying kids and shit, you're not closing the door.
No, I'm not.
You're not closing the door. I'm not closing the door, which is exactly why I don't want to be up there. So did you notice the lack of soundtrack for this show? There is one song that they play for this show, and it is over and over and over again. It's just the one goddamn song. They don't have 2 songs. They got one. And they just keep playing it. They'll play it fast, and then they'll slow it down. And every time something important happens, they play it. It's the same song over and over and over. And I'm like, God damn. So, Lisa, you know what I'm talking about? You heard it? You heard that song? I'm like, come on, man. Yeah, I hate the 80s rock covers too. I didn't like none of that. They played Phil Collins, I think. They played Phil Collins. I think they played like some other stuff too. I don't know, but it's weird. Okay, it was weird, but this is a damn good show. I thought I think there's 2 episodes left, and the way that it was being set up, that it felt like they were going to end it the other night on Tuesday, right? So you have Xavier's daughter, who's been captured now,
Mm-hmm.
by Sinatra's operative, and she's being held.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure um, she's going to hold on to her and use her as collateral so that Sinatra can get whatever she wants out of Xavier.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
Yeah. I mean, why not? Right now he's the only threat to her, and she's about to lose. We're literally right back to Silo and your dude. She's about to lose control of of what she's got going on down there. So yeah, she needs some kind of leverage. And why not grab the kiddos?
Okay, well now she's got her. Yeah. If I was Xavier when I caught up to my daughter, I'm slapping fire from her ass. You told her to go to a place where she would be
Right.
hidden,
Yep.
and she out running around doing her own thing.
She's
And
in
I promise you,
love.
like
She's in
I
love.
understand that she had to come out in order for the show to continue, because if she hadn't, it would be checkmate, and Xavier would have Sinatra where he wanted her. So I understand
Mm-hmm.
that there had to be something to continue the story. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I just I don't know why she would have gotten out of the bunker. Right, she went to go get her boyfriend, and now she's
Right.
trying to figure shit out. I didn't ask you to figure nothing out.
So,
Right, I
okay,
just
let's
needed you
do
to stay
this.
down here in this wine
Let's
cellar
do
just for
this.
5 minutes.
Let's visit down when you and I were both stupid adolescents or teenagers. Do you think we thought logically about anything? Absolutely not. You keep trying to apply logic to teenagers. It's not a thing. It's not a thing.
Listen, I understand what you're saying, right? But that shit ended when the real world ended, right? Your father grabbed you and put you
Did it
on this
though?
bus or plane
Did it
and then
though?
took you to a cave because I told you the world was ending. Now I'm telling you that you need to stay hidden just for a little bit. I'll come back and get you. You couldn't listen. You
Do
couldn't
you do
listen for a
you
little bit.
do you remember her first
So
interaction
no,
with her
I didn't.
dad on the show? Do you remember that when he was like, "Oh, he left his bike outside," and she turned around and looked at him and said, "Take it out my paycheck." The girl got a little smart attitude, and that was right. I mean, when they got down there, that girl, yeah, you would think that it's supposed to change after they got down there, but it doesn't. Didn't. She's still a teenager.
Yeah, well, why do you suppose Sinatra is the way she is? Like I thought. You think it's her son dying that made her this way, or do you think that this is
Yep.
just who she is?
I think it has to do with her son. I think it absolutely has to do with her son. Because she didn't remember, she was before he got sick or whatever, she had that development that she made that made her a however many billionaire. um and this is she was not
Yeah,
able to control
she was a
that.
program
That was
designer.
right. But she was not able to control his illness, so this is something that she is able to control. It's a flaw in her, in her makeup or whatever. It's the best way to put it.
Where's her husband at? Why is he not doing anything to stop her? Like, he's hardly been in this. The only time they've showed him is
He was
when
in the
they first
bed.
met in a bar. He don't do shit.
Mm-hmm.
He don't do
Mm-hmm.
nothing. Every day he
Mm-mm.
just wake up. He just brushes teeth and don't do nothing.
Okay.
He has not
Yeah,
tried to
because
stop her. He has not tried to console her. They have not spoken about their child. Nothing.
no. Well,
Nothing.
but
He don't do
if
nothing.
you
He got to know
right, but
his
if
wife is killing people.
does he though? And if I look at it, like most, unfortunately, most marriages who've lost a kid or whatever, their marriage is no longer a marriage. That's just for show, probably at this point. And he,
I mean, that's true. They did lose a child, and they were both going through it. Yeah, you're right. I understand. I understand. Um, wait, are you talking? And I'm just not saying. All right, no, you're not talking. All right, so at the end, right, we have Xavier who is pointing a weapon at Sinatra, and he's threatening her life. And Sinatra stops him by telling him that what?
I can't remember. I watched it when it first came out.
So she tells him that his wife is still alive,
Oh, right, right, right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and she will help him find her.
I
What are
know.
you doing at that moment?
Um, well, other than trying to
Do you
strangle the life,
believe her? I guess is what I'm saying.
you don't have a choice but to believe her, because you know that she knows what's going on. You know that she is the one pulling the strings behind everything. So you don't have a choice but to believe her. Do you take the chance and not believe her and then just leave potentially your living wife outside?
Okay, well, she messed up, I think. She messed up and she used the word find, right? Which means she has no idea where she is and she's probably grasping at straws. And she wasn't the one out there, which means someone else knows where she is. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm putting two in her chest, right? I cannot allow Sinatra to live after what she's
Oof.
done. She has done way too much damage, and she can continue to do as much damage as she wants. She's ruining everything. She's ruining people's lives. She killed your best friend and the president. She killed someone you thought was a brother with in the security guard, well, not the security guard, the
Billy.
his friend. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The right Billy. So you cannot allow her to walk away. I would not allow her to walk away. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't even let her finish her sentence. The second she opened her
But
mouth, and you know it was going to be a lie, I'd have tapped her
but
twice.
here's
Ha ha.
the here's
That's it. Man
geez.
down.
Here okay, here's the problem that
Man
you
down.
have though. Even if she said what you did and I didn't pick up on it, use the word fine, which means you're right. She doesn't, excuse me, know where she is currently located. She has the resources to do so. And she has the personnel to direct on how to use those
She
resources
what?
to do it. She has the resources to find your wife. So again, you're going I understand. I'd be pissed off too, right? And I would want to do it, but I would do it after she helps me find my wife or in my case my husband. Like I wouldn't.
Okay, that's true. But there's one card that hasn't been played yet, right? And that's the fact that you don't know who took out the president. That's the only piece that's missing, right? But I don't need her anymore because her resources are now my resources. I have the weapons. In fact, I have the only weapons in this entire place, right?
You're right.
So basically, he's in charge. So he
No.
can do whatever he wants. He can get the answers he wants. He can get to the bottom of whatever mystery or whatever question he has. He can get it answered,
No, he
right? He's
can't.
he's
No, he
right there
can't.
at the top, right? He does not
Yes,
need her.
he is right there at the
What do you
top.
mean?
However, technology, you still got the whole all of that technology. One that that she had them use when they went outside to find the people. You have that. You have the technology running indoors. Now, how do you how do you make sure that that's still running properly and make sure you still need her for something because if something breaks and she's the only one that knows how to fix it or whatever like that, you're going to want her as a resource. I'm sorry, you can
What have
chain her
you seen
up.
her do? What have you seen her do? She ain't done shit.
Yet she
She
hasn't
ain't
done
done
anything
shit.
yet.
She ain't picked up nothing.
Yet. Okay,
No,
but she was the
no,
one
she ain't
that
so much as
created
put her
whatever
pinky
it
on a keyboard.
she
She ain't doing
created
nothing.
this. She created where they're living. What are you talking about?
No, she didn't. She told somebody else to create it. She don't put the messages up. She don't bring the sun up. She don't make the sun go down. She just tells people what to do. And if I was anybody else, I'd go to her house and go get her husband. Like, hey, go get your wife, man. Go get your wife, bruh. And that's what I would tell him because he's been useless thus far.
Live from the
Melba,
bushes
you
says
put her in
Sinatra has the
jail?
passcode. Live from the bushes says Sinatra has the passcodes to everything. Thank you, Live from the bushes. Exactly. She is the. How many people do you know have built things and they're still the ones actually running it? That's not how it works. You build it, you know how it works, you know how it's supposed to run, but you put the minions in place to do it for you. But if you're going to take her out
I
and
mean,
she
yeah,
is the one
okay.
that, yeah. Thank you.
I mean, you have a good point. I'm I don't know. It would be tough. I think you wouldn't. So you wouldn't shoot her?
I'm not saying I wouldn't be heavily tempted to do so. Yeah, absolutely. But I also know I'm gonna need her as a resource.
You did. It's literally said what you just said that you wouldn't shoot her because she has all the answers and buttons and shit. Is what you just said.
Tempted. I
She
said
got she got all the buttons and
I,
passwords and codes and stuff.
I said I would be tempted to do so, but I wouldn't because Jesus. Never mind.
No, you good. I was laughing at Live from the Bushes because I was getting ready to say the same thing. She said leg checker. Huh? That's what I do too. Put one in her calf muscle. That's what I would do. Put one in her calf muscle or sweep the leg. One of them too. But she getting something. She's not leaving that room without a limp. That's all
So
I'm
you
saying.
beat her
Now
like
she
they
gonna
did
need
Lottie
medical
on
attention.
season 2 of Yellowjackets, where they just
No,
where
I wouldn't feel right. I wouldn't feel right beating her. You know, I wouldn't feel right beating her. I would that ain't me. I can't do that. I could shoot her in the leg though. I
Jesus,
could do that.
okay.
I can
Okay.
do that a little bit. I can do that. Like I'm serious. Like you can't let her walk away with that much, doing as much damage as she's done, right? Just because she's lost her child. So Lisa says Sinatra has contact with other bunkers. This ain't Silo. Ain't you know what? Are there other bunkers? Is it just theirs, or are there other people who are involved in this?
They never said in this whether or not there was more than one. The way that it was when she was in the process of building it, it sounded like it was just that one. Where is it, Colorado or something like that?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, unless they have one in Atlanta, but I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll find out in the next episode, and then
Mhm,
we'll come back and talk about that. But this is a very very good episode. Again, if you have not seen
mhm,
Paradise, it's on Hulu. I think they're
mhm.
up to episode 6 or 7 now.
6, yep.
Probably one of the better shows on TV right now.
Hmm.
So definitely give that a watch.
Hmm.
Don't don't watch Yellow Jackets if you have not seen it yet. If you haven't seen it
well,
yet,
well, you
don't
have to
do it to
watch
yourself.
it.
That's
You
all I'm
you have
saying.
to watch it. You already said
I do
earlier in
because I
this, yeah.
started it, right? I do, but you don't. You don't have to watch it. Okay.
Stupid.
I'm trying to save you some time. So save yourself.
So when you
Save the
come back
girl.
in another 2 weeks and you're like, oh my God, it's gotten so much better, then what?
Save the cheerleader.
Oh
Save the
my
world.
God.
You don't remember that show. But it's all good. So all
No,
right.
I
So
don't.
now we're done with that. What you watching? What you watching?
I'm
What
watching
you
a
looking out for this week?
well, just the usual stuff, but lately I've been watching a real old show because I don't know. I just needed some nostalgia.
What show?
Highlander.
Highlander. I mean the movie. Which one? Highlander.
The
What?
the show on it's on Peacock where they, cut the heads. There can be only one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
I mean they made more than one. I don't know if you know that. There's more than one
Show,
movie.
not the movie, the show for the 50th
Oh,
time.
my bad. I'm sorry. You broke up. You broke
Oh
up
my
again.
God.
I'm about to check out um uh what is it called? I just saw it a minute ago. I think it just came out like this week. 0 Day.
Yeah, that
0 Day.
came out like 2 days
That
ago,
looked
I
pretty good.
think.
That's on
Yeah.
Netflix.
Hmm.
The Pit. I never heard of The Pit. What is that?
The Pit is a
This where it's
medical
you and your
show.
wife
It's
reach.
got one of the guys that was actually on one of the medical shows from back in the day. Geez, I can't even remember the name of it. But it's a medical show, one of the hospital dramas or something like that.
Cassandra. I think I'm gonna check out Cassandra. They were talking about that heavy in the Discord. If you haven't joined the
Yeah,
Discord, please do so. Where we talk about shows and everything else. This is where we find out what's good, and
I
we
will
just
be
get in there and
skipping
chat it
Cassandra.
up.
I will not be watching her.
Why?
It
Why?
I didn't like the preview when I watched it. I was like, this looks ridiculous.
Okay. I hear you.
I'm not saying it
And I
won't be
gotta
good.
finish
It
Dark.
might be good,
So
but I
I'm
won't be
supposed to
watching
finish
it.
watching Dark with everybody else. What?
I said it might be good, but I just won't be watching it. Go ahead, Dark.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine too. That's fine too. Yeah. I think Stranger Things is getting ready to come back out soon. I think that comes out. Um, is that is it
I will
like
have an update next week on when that'll be out because I don't have it in front of me right now. I apologize, people.
okay? And Invasion. I saw some stuff that said it'll be out in a month or two.
Hmm.
So I can't say for sure, but I'm waiting on that one. So that's basically what I'm watching. That's basically what I'm watching. You got anything else?
No, not at the moment. Not at the moment. What about you? You
I will
you
watch Reacher. I will watch Reacher.
I can't believe you. Did you see my response to your I
I've been
never
told to watch
watched
Reacher.
it? I can't believe you've never watched it.
What? What thing?
Reacher.
Watch what?
Reacher.
I mean, you got to look at it from my point of view, right? I know why y'all ladies watch Reacher. Okay, it ain't
No.
got nothing to do with that goddamn story. All right, so
No.
don't be looking
No.
at me like I'm weird because I don't want to see some buff dude solve crime. Okay,
No.
that's not
No.
me, right? Now I've been told that the show is actually good. You know what I'm saying? I've been told that the show is actually good. Daredevil in 2 weeks. I'm going to watch Reacher because I heard that the show is actually good. All right, I'm 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 not lying,
Okay.
right?
All right.
So
All right. Now I won't lie. I
I'm
had
good.
trouble
I will
getting through
watch it.
season
Daredevil.
two because
Daredevil will be out.
yeah, Daredevil will be out soon.
Season 2 of Reacher.
I had a problem getting through season two of Reacher when it came out. I tried to watch it like 3 times. So it just kind of got a little
Wow,
womp
what's
womp
wrong
to
with it?
me. It just got dry a little bit, little on the boring side, but you know, you work through it, you get through it. I have not yet started watching season three, so we'll see what happens with that.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see what's going on with that. So, I mean, that's what I'm watching, and y'all can look forward to me doing Dark and any other show that could possibly pop up or movie. Any movies coming out this week?
I haven't seen any. I will
You
check
don't
for
know.
you.
You don't know
I
nothing.
don't. I don't know. I've had a busy week. I apologize.
Jurassic World.
Yeah,
The
we
new
talked
Jurassic
about that a
World's
couple
coming
weeks
out.
ago. Yep. We did the
I
we
know
I
we
think
did,
we
but
did a trailer review.
I'm
Yeah.
just reiterating.
Oh.
Superman.
Okay.
Superman's coming out. Megan 2.0. That didn't need to happen. And a new a live action train How to Train Your Dragon. I saw the trailer for that this week. So, and Fast and Furious. Can't wait for that horse shit to come out.
Nope, I won't be
See if it
watching it.
wrap this movie up. So that's basically it for me.
Yeah.
That's basically it for me. If you guys got any questions or y'all want to talk some more, hit me in the Discord, which is at the top of this. So I love y'all and I appreciate every single one of you guys who hang out
Absolutely.
with us. Dieter and Live from the Bushes and
From a Holic
Casanova
Fletch.
Frankenstein
Yeah.
and all you guys,
And
man. I
Melba
Melba Toast.
Toast.
I appreciate every
Mm-hmm.
single one of you guys. I love how you guys communicate in the Discord and you rock with us, and I really appreciate that. It's another woman. She's been really good. She always responds, and she always makes me feel good after I finish doing the after I finish putting out a I can't remember her name. Spricket has been dope. So Spricket, you out there? Thank you, along with
Thank
everybody
you.
else. So
Yep.
I'm good. You got anything to add?
Nope, I'm good. Just everybody,
What?
please be safe and make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. But please be safe. Make sure y'all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. It's Friday, y'all, and cheers. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, remember to be kind to each other, man. Especially now, be kind to each other and do something nice for somebody. And we'll see y'all next week. I'll see you in a few days or in a day or two. So enjoy yourself. Enjoy your weekend. Love you guys. Thanks again. Now holla.
See ya.